2 links down below to credit the people that have posted these articles. I'm just sharing the information with you, as this channel is all things wrestling, not just the video games. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar seemingly got injured at SummerSlam of 2023, with Jey Uso diving to the outside within just the first couple of minutes of the match. Roman Reigns either injured his hip or his back, and he was still able to wrestle for nearly close to a half hour after that. So that's a testament to how resilient he is, because sometimes even just a small injury can hurt quite a bit, and to just keep going as if not much has happened, that's pretty amazing. Now, he was hobbling or wobbling or whatever for a bit. Some people obviously probably just thought he was selling the move oftentimes, and that's what happens when you watch wrestling and you see all these, kind of thing. You just never know which one's real, except for when the ref does the X. That is never, ever fake. And he is apparently still scheduled to do all his other stuff, which is not much. He is closing in, he was closing in on almost matching half of CM Punk's 454-day reign without even defending the title. But we won't get into that. This isn't about picking on the creative writing for the direction of Roman Reigns and the championships. Although in recent history now, Paul Heyman, when they do the interviews backstage, you'll see Paul Heyman, Solo Sikoa, Roman Reigns. You'll still see the 3 belts in total, as Roman's got the new one around his waist. Paul Heyman no longer comes out with the other 2 belts, but they still have them, and they have them displayed in the back. It was kind of funny for the first few weeks there, all the shows, Paul Heyman would come out with 2 belts, Roman would have 1. I'm like, my goodness, 3 belts? But really, he's only just the champion of 1. He's just a universal champ. Anyhow, enough about Roman Reigns. I want to end off talking about my man, Brock Lesnar, who has also seemingly been injured against Cody Rhodes very early on in the match. The amazing thing is we don't know where he's been injured. At least I don't know where he's been injured. Not exactly like I have him on speed dial. I don't actually have anybody on my phone, but never mind that. You couldn't tell visually, which is amazing. And I know I talked about this briefly when I covered my SummerSlam thing, but now that we're talking about Brock Lesnar, him being injured, I don't think this is the reason why we may not see him until the end of the year. It is possible that for the remainder of 2023 that we don't see Brock Lesnar, though he is scheduled to appear in some kind of, thing come Royal Rumble, working its way into WrestleMania. He is going to be around. It is possible maybe in November-ish he could be around for something to do in Saudi Arabia, although that's not confirmed yet, at least not on, my sources, which is Google, right? It's not like I have some inside sources. I'm not Dave Meltzer or any of these other people, right? I just have to go by what I see on the internet, and then I just regurgitate it back to you and hopefully try to, get to the point fairly quickly. I also want to mention again that that's probably going to garner him a lot of respect for going on for almost the entirety of the match injured. And at the end of it, again, this is a huge deal to mention this here that I've already mentioned. When he shook Cody Rhodes' hand, gave him a hug, raised his arm, I thought for sure he was going to pull a fast one and, in Brock heel fashion, but he did not. It was genuine. And then that following Monday Night Raw, he never came out. And at the same time, I've already said this as well, Cody Rhodes, didn't kind of add salt to the wound. He didn't say anything bad about Brock, and I told you I'd kick his ass, and I showed him he better not show his face around anymore. Like he didn't talk like that. It was a very, very authentic, organic moment. And not only that, Triple H, a.k.a. Paul Levesque, or the other way around, Paul Levesque, a.k.a. Triple H, also states that was unscripted. That was off, the way things were supposed to go. He was just supposed to do the match. There wasn't supposed to be any of this camaraderie afterwards. He's never done this in his entire career. in like 20 years in WWE. And I don't think he's ever done that in UFC either. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's ever showed that kind of display ever on UFC. And he definitely never has in WWE. That's kind of a big thing. So that right there kind of made him switch back to babyface, if you will. So when he comes back, hopefully he comes back and we haven't seen the end of him. To me, he's just like one of those rare talents. He's one of those people where he's one of the most believable characters ever in the world, because the character that he portrays, it's not just a gimmick. He actually lived it. So not because he did well in UFC, although that does help the credibility aspect, just the way he talks, the way he's on the microphone, his demeanor, how he breathes, just how he looks. It doesn't look like there's any acting there. However, it's been noted throughout history that he's an incredibly nice person. He's gone out of his way to help people out, younger talent looking to him as sort of like a locker room leader in the same fashion that The Undertaker has been. And it's just crazy to see like how he can be, so nice, but yet look like such a crazy mean bastard in the ring. Because a lot of people could be all like, oh yeah, like the Macho Man or Ultimate Warrior and get all wild. But there was a part of that, even though they were so good, when they get all like fired up and all that, using the Macho Man and the Ultimate Warrior, because those are some pretty good examples. It's not that I didn't buy it, but I never believed, even as a kid growing up, that they were really like that outside of the ring. Whereas Brock Lesnar, there's like twinkle in his fucking eye that makes you go, is that scripted, or is that really how he feels? Is he putting himself in character, or is that just who he is, right? But it's not. He's he's a nice guy. I mean, I've never met him. But yeah, anyways, I just wanted to go on about that because I thought that was a big deal, and to share with you that if you care, we probably won't see him for a while. And it's a shame because, 3, 4, maybe 5 years, I don't know. I'm not Nostradamus. I don't know how many more years we'll have of Brock Lesnar, but I mean, he's almost 47. He's 46 right now. So again, not exactly a spring chicken. I remember when he was in his early 20s. I mean, Brock and I are roughly the same age. He's only a year older than I am. I'm going to be 45 in November. So we're the same generation. And yeah, so it's hard to say. He could end up, like I said, being like a Chris Jericho, keep going for a long time, or he may retire soon. I hope not. Like I said, I think he's very entertaining, and even though he's been played out, as a lot of people might say, with his character, I never tire to see him perform. So, anyways, kind of some sad news, but hopefully we do get to see him back fairly quickly. And that's really all I wanted to rant on about, is just share with you that at SummerSlam, Roman Reigns got injured. Not a bad injury. And then Brock Lesnar's, we don't know, but I don't think it was all that significant. And again, in closing, I don't know if his injury is the reason we won't see him for a couple of months, or if it's just that he's just been televised to not be around, because he is still technically doing the whole part-time thing, right? He's not full-time, so it could just be that. So his time away from TV, where we won't see him, may be completely unrelated to the injury, right? Because like I said, I don't even know what the hell the injury is. Anyways, that's enough rambling. As always, if you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm, and if you didn't like it, as always, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. Bend it in half, twist it, break it off in your ass, and while it's in there broken off in your ass, you get an F5, and then Bronson Reed tsunamis on top of you, and then Jey Uso super kicks you in the face, and then The Rock gives you a people's elbow, and then Charlotte Flair gives you the figure 8, and then, okay, we're just going to end it there, because I'm running out of shit to say. Take care. and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.